What's up, everybody? And we are back again. We're back. We took 2 weeks off when we usually only take one, but there's reasons for that. I had COVID. Yeah, I know. COVID's still around. I tested for it too. I didn't think people did that anymore, but when you have a lovely wife that's very concerned for you, you have to take that COVID test. So I had COVID, guys.
I'm pissed that he had the test, but we'll get into that.
And then my wife got COVID after me. But we got a whole bunch of stuff just to catch up on. Hope everybody enjoyed their Memorial Day weekend. That was the last time you guys have heard from us, really. But we always take Memorial Day off as well. If you've been a fan long enough of the show, Luke and I always take off. The episode is the same that, UPS does. So take off the episodes, take off the holidays, the same that UPS does. And so anyways, enough of this rambling, huh? We are talking about our Memorial Day weekend, getting caught up on that, getting COVID, getting pulled over, just life in general, okay? So let's get this one underway. Episode 152. Here we go. We got to this one address. I said, this one goes around back. He went around back, boom, drove off, left them right at the stop.
That was after getting hit by a car.
You got hit by a car?
I ended up drinking 24 Bud Lights in about 48 minutes. Drunken nomad stumbles out in the road and he hit me going 30 miles an hour.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of All in the Delivery. This is episode 152. We're back. We made it. We're all still here, still kicking, still putting out episodes as we go through life. So, first, guys, just got to give a huge shout out to our Patreons, all right? Thank you guys so much for your continued support. You all know who you are, and I do not have the piece of paper in front of me at the moment that has everybody's names on it. We're trying to restart here and get going. So, but thank you guys. You guys, again, know who you are. All right.
Steel Trap Memories, Tony, Starla, Sam, Jacob, Tyler. I feel like there's somebody else that I'm missing, and I'm fucking... Tony... I can just say Tony. Shout out to you, Tony Cook. Tony, Starla, Sam, Jacob, Tyler. God dang it, I know I'm missing somebody and I'm fucking...
Oh, Luke.
Yes. Luke. How the fuck do I miss the fucking guy that's got my name?
How the fuck do you forgot the guy that got the same name as you, bud?
That shares my name. Sorry, Jesus. Yeah. That dude, Luke. Good Lord. Yes. And
struggle busted, but hey.
Struggle busting, and I'm going to kick start some stuff back on that too, because I got some traffic on the Nomad page a little bit, and it jump started my video, so I got to pour in some while I've got the iron hot. I need to strike because I need to put some more Legends Luke videos out. I'm going to get back to that, but anyways, yeah, I can't believe it. But anyway, thank you guys. As always, sure, of course.
Of course. You guys know who you are. Thank you, guys. Buddy, where to start? Obviously, the voice you guys just heard, my co-host down in West by God, Virginia, Luke. Buddy.
I want to say, I'm now, because I mentioned it on the intro, I am so pissed off that you still had COVID tests, and I'm not that pissed. I'm not like really. It's more of a playfully pissed.
You're pissed that I had COVID tests?
Yes, because
like sitting in my house. COVID tests. I mean, actual tests.
I said we probably have some here too that are in a shelf somewhere. For all I know, we probably do. I was not that you actually had. Well, I guess because if you wouldn't have had them, then you wouldn't have been able to take it.
My COVID test expired back in 2022.
Oh, so shit. So fuck.
Did I have it?
If it
Or did I
expired
get some
3
false
years ago,
positives?
it was a false positive then. That because when I was like, damn it, man, because he literally everybody I know, unless there's somebody that's come like nobody I've never has Nate's had it, right? Nate's had it too, hasn't he? Or is Nate never?
Nate's not sure if he's ever had it.
Yeah,
He
so
thinks he did possibly,
well,
but he never tested for it. So
yeah, dude, you were like the last of the Mohegans, and Ellis said he was like Ellie from Last. It would be like if Ellie started. If Ellie from Last of Us got bit and then the fucking fungus
died.
overtook her, it'd be
Yeah.
just disappointing. But I mean, I know whatever it was that you had, I'm glad that you were feeling better. But it made it just, dude, I haven't had to deal with it too bad in Willow's short lifespan, just a couple times. But man, it just puts it to a whole new degree of shittiness when you have young kids and you're sick like that because
Dude.
it's like, man, all right.
So I'll lead up to how I probably got it. And I mean, it was wild. So Memorial Day, on actual Memorial Day, my folks were in town. They were up from Virginia visiting. And we all decided to go to a Mets game down in Queens. And and so, like my kids never been to, like both my kids, they've never been to New York City, just have seen it. You know what I mean? Like all
Right.
my kids know about New York City is like Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like that's what my kids know about New York City. And then obviously just how big it is. Obviously the
Right.
big giant buildings, the concrete jungle, as some would say. And and so we were like, why don't we make like a day of it? And we'll take the train down to Grand Central Station, and right in the heart of Manhattan. And then we'll get out. We'll spend like an hour just down in the city, go walk around a little bit, and then we can catch the 7 train, which is the subway from Grand Central to City Field out in Queens. And so, we did that, got lunch in the city too. Obviously, when we were there for that hour, just walking around, we grabbed lunch, ate, and then we hopped on the 7 train. Now, 7 train, I think, is where I got COVID.
That's where ground zero happened.
Buddy, that was like you're packed in there like sardines. Bro, it was insane how packed. Like, people do not give a fuck. Like, down there, dude, like, when they want to get on, they're going to make sure they get on.
Oh, dude, I can only imagine.
Nuts. It's nuts. And, like, meanwhile, like, I got, like, a stroller with, like, my youngest in it, and people are just, like,
trying to hulk their way in there.
fucking just pushing you out of the way. They don't give a shit. And like, so I'm almost positive. It wasn't City Field. I don't think it was City Field where I got COVID. You know what I mean? It was probably the fucking sardine can of the 7 train.
Let me ask you this. Like, so they pile on it. How often do these things come through? Like, is there like when you...
Oh, there's a train like every 8 minutes or something like that.
Oh, so you're not... I mean, I get it that people probably do wait for a while. I mean, you're talking to a guy that doesn't have subway stations or anything. I mean, there's PRTs in Morgantown, but we're talking a blimp of what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
But better COVID and sexually violated. Oh shit. We got the live call. I got the live chat up, and actually I didn't have to wander off and go blind with that. But but no, what I was wanting to say too though is that, and I'm sure this has been brought up on the past episode, but when your whole entire family had COVID, this is for people that like. So he was in that sardine can, but Dave literally, his entire family all had COVID, and
back in 2021 is when my kids bought it home from daycare, and both of my kids had it, and then my wife got it. And I'm testing like every single day because if I don't have it, I'm going to work, obviously. And Yeah, and as Luke loves to hear the story, is here I am playing with my 1-year-old and like, hey buddy, and like holding him up above my head, and the kid's just like drooling like into my face, and
Drooling those COVID balls
just
right in your mouth.
drooling like all in my mouth and shit, and sneezing all over me as I'm holding him above me, and just blowing fucking COVID snot everywhere, and at 1 years old, and still never got COVID.
That's what I'm
But
saying,
there
dude.
must have been something, dude. It must have been the fucking mutation of this new strain that's now out there. My defense system was just like, nope, we can't help you, David. Sorry, bud.
It
Like,
was extra
just
angry
overpowered.
because it was extra anger because it came from one of them assholes in that subway. That story. They fucking coughed extra hard. They said, "This fucking guy's got a stroller." I'm like,
Oh my god, I know
God.
my poor kid.
Oh
But
man, but
yeah,
but what are you going to? You have to, but that's the thing though. You have to have a stroller in that
oh yeah,
situation.
especially for the ones that don't want to walk out.
Yeah, because at
Yeah,
some point they're going to gas out.
yeah,
Being that age.
yeah.
So yeah,
Xander did it. Xander did actually pretty good. Actually, better than I thought. Better than we thought he would. But yeah, my 4-year-old, we were like, yeah, we definitely need a stroller for him. But I mean, dude. So, anyways, on to better things, more positive light, if you will. So the game
good
was
choice of words
actually,
too.
yeah,
More
exactly.
positive. I love it.
The game was it was uneventful for like the first like 7 innings. Like the score was 1-0. The White Sox are up like 1-0 on the Mets. And so like I don't know if I mentioned it on here either, but my 6-year-old is just falling in love with baseball. Like he is absolutely just falling in love with baseball. This is his second baseball game. This was my second baseball game of the season going with him. And the kid, the kid falls asleep with his glove on in his bed every night. You know what I mean? Like the kid is falling in love with it. He asks me every day, like, Dad, do the Mets play today? And I'm like, yeah, buddy, but they're playing right now. Like after you go to sleep, like they'll be playing after you go to sleep, And then like he'll wake up in the morning, like go on YouTube and like, on the Apple TVs they have like a voice search option. I don't know if that's like
Nice.
everywhere, but like so on the YouTube app on the Apple TV they got the voice search. So he'll go on there and it'll be like Mets score, and of course the most newer the newest video is the highlights from the night before. So then he clicks it and then he watches the highlights in the morning, So like, anyway, so we end up going. The Mets are losing like 1-0 going into the 7th, and now my wife's like, hey, it's like getting late. This was a 4:10 o'clock. This was like a 4:10 game, so this was going on later. It was like 6:30 probably around there. It's like like we're gonna have to go soon. The game. And I'm like, no, like I just knew it. I was like, let's just hang tight. Like the Mets can still turn this one around. And sure as shit, man, the Mets end up tying it. And then it goes to like the bottom of the 9th, and the Mets end up hitting a walk-off and end up winning it in the bottom of the 9th. And the place just went fucking bonkers. Like Citi Field just erupted, and like it was a great game to go to after all, and there's my leftover COVID. And yeah, it's respiratory wise, it's still affecting me a little bit. But yeah, dude, yeah, it was a good time. And then we took the train back. We took the train back to Grand Central, and then took the train from Grand Central home. Took the subway back to Grand Central, then took the train from the Grand Central back up home. And it was a late night for everybody, but I mean, it was memories made, even though I attracted this shit. And it was still like, yeah, like both kids had a blast. Like even the 4-year-old had a blast too. And
They're both undefeated seeing the Mets play, so neither
yeah,
one of them
dude,
seem to lose.
me and my
That's awesome too.
exactly. We're fucking 2-0 now at Citi Field, so we'll take it. And if you want to fast forward from there, so really started feeling it. So like that was Monday, that was Memorial Day, and then that Thursday night, dude, I got home from work, and I got in the shower, got out, dude, and when I was like about to get dressed, I had it like this was the weirdest thing about all this about COVID was like all of a sudden I had like these uncontrollable like shakes. Like it was sort of like shivering, but like I wasn't cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like to
I
me, like
get
I
what you're
wasn't
saying.
cold, and but like all of a sudden, dude, like it was like I couldn't stop shaking, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because obviously, I'm thinking I just like I probably shouldn't joke about this, but I'm thinking like I just developed like Parkinson's, like the shakes were like that bad. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like
it
this
isn't
was
a
like
It's not really a joke of it, dude. Because I asked
no,
you too. I was
but
like, "You sure you didn't have a fucking seizure?" Because I even asked you. I mean, you don't know. So when
yeah.
you're shaking it, I mean, that would go through my head too if I was
Yeah, I
shaking
was like, I don't know what the
uncontrollably.
fuck. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on because, like, I felt fine the entire day. Got home, showered, felt fine. All of a sudden, dude, it just like hit, and like I was like, what the fuck? And then the next morning, dude, I threw up. I fucking threw up the next morning, and like I just felt off. I felt so off, and then I had a temperature. I had to call out of work, obviously, and I was bedridden Friday and Saturday with like 101 something fever, and just fucking bedridden, bro. And like one of the worst things about it too was the fucking muscle aches, like the body aches, dude. With this, it sucked. It's fucking sucked. And like, so I'm just trying to get better. The wife is taking care of the kids. The kids aren't allowed near me, obviously, and all that.
Right.
But and then by about Sunday is when I started feeling like better, and where I can actually like get up and like walk and shit, and like the muscle cramps and all that wasn't that bad. But
I
and
was
then
gonna say we're leading into it, so you may as well look at you. You're struggling, just
I,
like you're so like you had to get because we were just talking about this last episode. We talked about your no hitter, and
no, oh yeah,
this shit
with
affected you
softball.
so this shit
Oh,
affected
dude.
you that bad that you had to go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
like obviously I've talked about it before on here. If you guys listen, I do softball on Wednesday nights during the summertime. So Sunday I'm feeling better. Monday I'm like, all right, go back to work, and like I'm ready to go back to work. And like Monday, it was crazy because just literally, I know it's gonna sound so like, I don't know, ridiculous, but just walking up people's steps onto their front porches, it exhausted me. Like I was exhausted just walking up people's front porches because of like the COVID like effects, and just like I had like the strength, like everything, dude. Like like I was exhausted just from fucking doing my job that like I do every day, like like it was just extra, and then so then Monday night, when I get back to the building, I'm telling my uncle, I'm like, dude, like this blows, like this, it's like it sucks. So then Tuesday morning, he calls me. My uncle calls me Tuesday morning. Was like, hey, I need to know what you're doing. I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I was just at work yesterday. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, oh, well, you told me last night about how like COVID and yeah, being exhausted and he was like, I need to know if I'm putting you on the route or not, or if or what. Like, you tell me. I was like, huh. I was like, all right. Well, I know my wife now has COVID. We found that out Monday that my wife tested positive for COVID too, so it's hitting her now. I was like, you know what? I'll stay home. I can help take care of the kids now. Let the wife relax, And so I ended up staying home Tuesday from work, and just to help out with the kids and the family there, and help take care of the missus. And so fast forward to Wednesday night, I'm like, all right, softball. All right, I'm back to work again. I bang through my day. I get the job done. Obviously, I have an 8:00 game that night, this past Wednesday, and I pitch. Obviously, like I mentioned, the no hitter before, and so fucking I get through like 3 to 4 innings. I can't exactly remember which one, but like I get to like 3 to 4 innings of pitching, right? And then
Right.
like out of nowhere, dude, I'm struggling to like reach the strike zone. Like I'm struggling to like reach the strike zone. And then, for like arc pitch, it's pushing, well, for some people it'll be like pushing off of the rubber, like the pitching rubber, and then just like lobbing the ball down there. And I had no more strength left in my legs to like push off of the rubber, to where like I walked 2 dudes in a row, and that's very unlike me as like pitching and shit. And I was like, holy fuck, like I can't do this. Like I'm struggling hard right now. The strength has left my body, and like, dude, I had to pull myself out of the game. I literally went to the guy who was in charge. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, you're gonna have to finish this game off pitching. Like I can't, dude. Like I'm just exhausted, And like I was still feeling the effects from COVID. But luckily, the team pulled together. The team pulled out a win. And, even though I fucking put 2 people on base with like no outs in the first inning, we got out of it, but
didn't do it any favors, but got out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it was rough. But, yeah, the only little lingering stuff I have now is just like this like slight cough. And, muscle wise, strength wise, like I feel fine working. You know what I mean? I'm not getting exhausted or anything like that again. So yeah, it's mostly just this little bit of a cough that I have, this little bit of a lingering cough, and fuck COVID.
Dude, it was like over a few months back, or no, it may have even been longer than that. I mean, I don't believe it was COVID, but just I had this congestion that shit lingered, where if I like would try to breathe like deep with my chest and go like that, I could feel. Yeah. And I'm like, good God, man, is that shit ever going to go the fuck away? But
I feel like you walked into a house that was built in like the 1800s and just like fucking, you're just
dude. Right. I wanted to mention too, because we had dated back to Memorial Day. I did make the annual Seneca Rocks trip. But
yes, please tell us. I've done enough talking already. Go ahead.
This year was year 20 of when we first started doing this, because it was 2005, and it just kind of like I did it last year too, where I just went down. I just went down Saturday because one of my nephews is his birthday. He was born on. I forget the exact day, but it's like he was born on right around Memorial Day. So it was that week, Memorial Weekend, he was born on. And that would have been in like 2010. But he still, my sister will throw a joint thing for him and his little brother. They always have, and it's kind of like a little summer thing, all the cousins, the kids around the neighborhood. It's always a good time. But so I only make the 1 day trip to Seneca now, but because dude, and I'll just say this with like you were saying with exhaustion, there is a time, like for me now, if I'm slammed on a Friday, there was a time when I did this job that when I would go down to Seneca Rocks, rather it would be I have friends down there that live down there that I've known for a really long time. So whether it would be for Memorial Day or if we just got a cabin and would go down, whatever, I would burn it up Friday. And dude, I can't. If I do that now, it'd be pointless. Because if I would burn my route up Friday and drive down there, which is about an hour and a half away, I would be so fucking tired. I'd be worthless Friday night. So that's why I don't even do. So I just go down Saturday morning. But anyway, it just like when we started this, we were all in college. Like I couldn't even legally drink beer yet. I wasn't even 21. I was 20, and how it has evolved into what it's crazy, because there's a core group of people that have been coming to this thing for a really long time, and it's just kind of, I mean, it's it's a lot different. Obviously, there's a big difference from when you're 20 years old and when you're 40 years old, and it's way more family friendly now. It always was family friendly, but when we first started, nobody had kids and nobody was married. We just were fucking buck wild and would just get fucking annihilated and play wiffle ball. And we like so. Really, for me, and it was just like because next year I'm going to take Ashley and Willow down because she would have a blast because there's so many kids down there. The only reason they don't go with me is because I normally only do it for a day because my sister's thing for my nephews is normally on Sunday, so that's why you know how it is to travel with kids. It's a lot for a 1-day trip. She just is like, but like we said, next year, no matter what, they're going to come down because they'll have a blast. But dude, it just is like, I mean, it's the most beautiful area in this. It's my favorite area of the state, and I've been going down there my entire life. Long before I knew any of my friends that I know, but like it's crazy because now like they're older. There's kids that have grown up, and like there's kids that have been born and that are now like graduating high school or graduating college. Like when we first started this, one of their cousins that lives nearby. His daughter is 20. She's 24 now. So when we first did this, and we would play wiffle ball in his backyard. We always called it opening day. So like she was Grant's age, you know, when we first started doing this. And now like seeing her Saturday as, you know, this grown ass adult has a boyfriend, you know, who's graduated from school, about to graduate from college and shit. I'm just like, fucking, it's just, it's so fucking wild to me how fast time moves. But it's been a tradition. I don't know how. It's the fact that we have no hill jacks. Oh man, not of that. If that group of people know, but there are hill jacks down there for sure. I mean, this is the fucking country. This is I gotta watch how I word this because I don't want to toot our own horns here, but we've had some stuff, some advertisement opportunities of some sorts, but they talk about content stuff. So I gotta word this in a very, very calm way here. This is what's awesome about going live is hypothetically that would, you know, not saying I would do this. This is purely hypothetical, like you're watching a crime show. Let's just say we're watching a crime show. That would be a place where you could somebody could kill you and you would have no fucking idea. I'll just say that. It's very, very remote. If you're gone, you're probably gone. But
You're probably gone.
but no, there's no hill jacks amongst this group. We used to get crazy. We were so fucking rowdy I mean, now we're not quite as rowdy, but for a solid decade-ish, we were so rowdy that I think I don't think the hill jacks don't fucking, like, most of them aren't social. So you're not going to fucking, hill jacks normally aren't fucking going to bother you. They're just kind of people that they're almost like, I've always said they're like rednecks on steroids, but that's not true. They're kind of like, they're almost like survivalists in a sense. They just want to be left alone and fucking they ain't gonna. If you don't fuck with them, they're not gonna fuck with you. But anyways, no, I just it's just a tradition we've been doing for a long time, and I wanted to make sure I brought it up because this was the 20-year anniversary of when we started this, and to give a shout out to to my boy Matt Vance, the Vance brothers. They're the ones that live down there. Seth, he didn't get to make it down this year, but that's, you know, with people, when you have families and you have schedules, that's what makes it. That's why it's kind of crazy that we've been able to keep it. I don't know how long I don't know if we're going to be able to keep doing it yearly. As people get older and but as long as we keep doing it, it's like I said, it's a place I've went my entire life, and I love it down there. It's my favorite part of this state. I I'll be going down there hopefully till I'm fucking gone from this world. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there and to put in where were we at, because we had COVID. Phil, I'll go ahead and bring up getting pulled over. So. And I just got pulled over very recently for what they thought was a fentanyl car, and never my sticker was dead. So this was a different police agency, not the it wasn't the sheriff's. This is the area where this is kind of funny because this is the area that I deliver in, and so this happens. I drive. I think I've said before, I drive my grandmother's car. It's my A to B car. It's a 97 Buick LeSabre, and it's still in really good shape. But the funny thing about this is that I don't have that. We were never able to find a title for it, and me being a fucking procrastinator, I didn't get to the DMV in time. I was like literally 2 weeks. I had like 9 months to do something. I didn't know this. I had no idea there was a time limit on it because I didn't have the car for the full. But anyway, I wasn't able to get a duplicate title. So I haven't been able to get the car inspected, and I haven't been able to, I wasn't able to do anything. So I've had a dead sticker on this thing for literally years now, 2 years, and I paid the registration. I've paid the taxes on it in my grandparents' names, who are both deceased. So my grandfather has been gone for almost 27 years, and he's paying property taxes in Harrison County on a Buick because it says that I pay, but on the title and shit, like when I get my stuff back, it has their names on it. So yeah, dude, I literally, in the DMV, so I want to say, I'll go into this because the DMV gets hit with a lot of stereotypes of being shitty. Everybody's got terrible experiences with the DMV. So I go to the DMV with updated property taxes paid, or updated registration, property taxes paid. Car's been insured for 2.5 years. I have my dad, who has the death certificate of my grandmother showing that he was on a power of attorney, was her son, as far as, because there was nothing in the will about this car. That was like another thing that they brought up, and it was given to me because my dad's 3 sisters all live in different states, and they didn't. So it was just, they just gifted it to me, but there was never anything official about it. But I go to the DMV with all this shit with my dad and everything. Dude, they're literally saying it out loud. They're like, well, you've got insurance on it, and you've paid the property taxes and registration, but the title, we can't, like, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, what the fuck? What can I do here? What more can I do? So they told me they're like, you can come back and pay the registration and update it because it's got to do that again in September. I can't get a title for this thing. So the sticker has been dead because I need some new fucking tires, and being an A to B car, I've not wanted to get tires for it, so I get pulled over. And I know all the police in the area. This was like the one guy I didn't know, and so it's funny because I see him sitting there and he pulls out immediately, and I'm kind of laughing because I'm like, well, it's finally coming. So he gets there, he pulls, gets out, and he says, and I, like, as soon as he goes up, he's like, I pulled you over, and I tap on the window where the inspection sticker is, and fucking it was funny because he took forever, and came back and was like, was really cool. It was really nice, and was like, it's been expired over a year, man. I got to give you a ticket. And I'm like, he was like basically saying sorry. And I was sitting there looking at him like, dude, I've been driving this thing. I know that sticker's dead,
I've
man.
been waiting for this
You're
moment.
you're just doing your job, dude. I ain't mad at you. I fucking just kind of laughed. But he told me if I got it, I ended up getting it dropped because he said if you get it fixed, I had like 2 weeks to pay the ticket. And he said if you get it updated, they'll probably drop it. And they did. I delivered to the police chief's house. I mean, fuck, dude. My neighboring route and him are like good buddies. I said, I can't this has got to, but it took that to get me to get some new fucking tires. And then it was passed because my dude wouldn't pass an inspection for it, dude. Those fucking NASCAR tires, he wasn't going to. I would like to find somebody that's just dishonest as hell and slap a sticker on it and not even fucking look twice. But this guy's unfortunately not one of them. But he's the guy who also we get tires from, so I didn't have much of a choice. They were bad. They were probably fucking the inside of those things were probably to the thread. They were bad, so they needed replaced. There's no fucking. But yeah, dude, I don't know. There was one other thing I wanted to say. But I think I'll leave that be because it's probably different in other states. It was something about the citation, but I'm not going to fucking get into that because it's just more boring technical shit, if you will. But that was to add to a little bit to the end of that story. As soon as I got home from getting that ticket, we went straight to the ER because Willow had shoved something up her nose and wouldn't tell us what it was and wouldn't let us get it out. And it was a hell of a fucking evening. But she was okay and ticket's good. So, yeah, we can all laugh about it now. But
Fucking life.
Yeah, life. That was, what was that, Tuesday? God, yeah, it was this Tuesday. It's a fucking eventful week.
Between COVID on my side to tickets and nose stuff on your side, and man.
But we lived to pull through another day. We got an episode. We got back on the horse. You're not fully recovered yet. I'm fucking
almost.
But we're doing it, man. Fucking.
Yeah, I think I'm finally gonna get to open my pool tomorrow. Like my pool's still been closed from the season and shit, so I think I'm finally gonna get to do that tomorrow. And so
yeah, I don't know if we'll get the boats in the water or not. It's fucking supposed to rain tomorrow here, and the water's still kind of high, but we need to. I don't know. It's right now we're still on dry land, so yeah, maybe. But regardless, it's the weekend, and we're not in the brown fucking truck.
Hell yeah. But so we actually have a question of the week that's been like marinating for the last like month, it feels like.
Yeah, because we will be getting back to question of the week. That was more of Memorial. We knew we were going to be off for Memorial weekend,
right?
So we didn't
expect the second week off.
Yeah, but just so you know, the question of the week is still the question of the week will still be regular.
Yes,
it just took a little. It's marinated for a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been marinating for like a month. It feels like.
Holy shit! May 13th when we posted it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucking June already. God damn it. All right. The question of the week 3 weeks ago is what's your advice for folks trying to make friends with their UPS driver? Now, let's see what people had to say, shall we? This one's starting off with, where are we here? This one's starting off with Brad Mosier. B-Rad Mo says, seriously, don't try. You'll make it awkward. Y'all will either hit it off or you won't. I've rarely ran the same route consistently, but the people I was cool with, well, we just vibed. The people who the people who tried
All
got
caps.
avoided like the plague. Fucking weirdos. I am I am not just a hot tanned piece of meat and booty shorts. I am a human being. I have hopes and dreams. I have goals and desires. I'm just out here trying to survive. I blame Legally Blonde for this kind of stuff. Jesus Christ.
You know what he's talking about.
I know
Legally
exactly what he's
Blonde,
talking
right?
about.
I figured
Yes.
you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know the one actress? Anyways, sorry. That would be completely off subject.
I
So,
do
let's-
want to bring. Let me say so. I'll give you a quick story with that because one of my aunts, always finds it hilarious. I swear to God, she'll bring it up. I love you, Aunt Nancy, but she will bring it up almost every time when we see. Like we'll be sitting like at dinner or just at whatever it is, when we all see each other. She lives in Florida, so we don't see each other that often. And
Yeah.
it was like Ashley would be sitting there, and she'll always bring up that scene, and like she'll always say, "Do you have anything happen to you like in Legally Blonde, where these like?" And then I'm just sitting there, I'm like, God. My wife's sitting right beside me. These are like stories. Yeah, she just loves. I'm like, yeah, she just loves to hear. There's stories of just women gushing over me, fucking. But yeah, oh, I love
fuck.
it. That's a delivery fucking person. Everybody knows Legally Blonde. I feel like, but
Of
anyways, yeah.
This next one is from that dude Luke and me. Says snacks are always appreciated. Yes, absolutely. This one here is from Jake Lee Bowden. Posted a GIF that says, "Ain't nobody got time for that." This one here is from Starla. What up, Starla? Starla says, "Only the ones that I see every day or a few times a week. You take care of me, I'll take care of you."
Yep.
You're damn right. This one here is from Amantha Say. It says, "Don't. They're either hubby material or an F-boy. Both heartbreaking realities. If you're trying to make friends with me, don't."
Well said.
This one here is from a dad in the life _1980 says, "After listening to the Roostergate episode, I'll just keep it to myself, so I say snacks."
Dude, Roostergate fucking rattled some cages, dude. Because my fantasy
yeah.
football group chat, they were bringing up Roostergate good bit.
What's incredible is the fact that on our Discord, here's a shameless Discord plug. If you want to come join the Discord, you can find the link in the episode of the description, or in the episode description of this episode. So many people on there, any chance they get, if there's a rooster statue, they are sharing it in the Discord chat, which is incredible. The way this, I mean, just like Brian said, literally, the way it took a life of its own, even on Reddit, like. Man, crazy. Fucking Roostergate. This one here is from Hilly on the Go. John, what up, John? John Hilliga says, "There are 3 people in the world that you never want to piss off because they can make your life a living hell. 1, the police. 2, the mafia. 3, your UPS driver." That's
Hey,
a good point.
He's not wrong, man. You don't want to make people mad to know where you live. It's not smart.
That's right. This one here, last but not least, is from Union Box Smashers, who does not want to come on the podcast for some reason. If you're listening, hey, come on. I think it's time. Come on. Union Box Smashers says, "Start by not ordering 17 packages a day and acting surprised when they show up. Bonus points if you don't make them dodge your Ring camera interrogation like it's a parole hearing. Maybe throw in a cold Gatorade and don't ask what's in the box, like you're Brad Pitt." I had somebody say that to me today, sort of. Somebody was just like, "Oh, are these the things?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in the box. It's not like I, grabbed it off the shelf, grabbed the box, threw the fucking item in the box, threw packing peanuts in it, taped it up, even printed out a shipping label, and then from that warehouse, I actually drove it to UPS myself to get put on this big brown truck where I'm going to actually deliver it by hand. No, I don't know what the fuck's in the box. That's got to be the most annoying
Dude, I mean,
response we ever get from
it is a
customers.
fucking, I know. What is it? Yeah, fuck if I know.
What is it? I
Right?
didn't fucking order it.
Dude, but you said the Discord. There was one more thing I have to bring up because I think I've brought up that I used to get real hammered and pee my pants when I was in my young days. And I saw this thing where it said high-end fashion company Jordan Luca releases pee-stained jeans for $800 and instantly sell out. And I said, if that is true, I missed out on a gold mine, dude. Because I could have been fucking I could have been fucking sitting up there with Jeff Bezos and fucking Elon right now. I'd be one of the top five richest
But
people.
it's not it's not like someone actually wore them and peed in them though.
I
It's
know,
not
but
like
it would
pee
be
stained. It's just
know.
they're pee stained. I don't know. It's like fucking Sydney Sweeney selling her bath water in a soap form now. Like,
I wonder if what were we talking? All right. I was gonna say I don't think we would be able to move that product. Sell all in the delivery soap with Nah, something tells me Sydney Sweeney will have far more success with that than we could.
I feel like we could sell like sweaty socks and shit like that. Like people are into that.
Fuck, I don't think anybody would want mine, dude. They're bad.
Exactly though, but that's what people want.
I'm just
I feel like we sweat so much that like we can totally sell like sweaty underwear.
Oh,
Anyways,
Jesus.
that
might be on that night. Fuck.
Shout out to everybody that hung around, watched us live. Thank you all for joining us here. Listen, you want to become a Patreon member? Join the Patreon link, or click the Patreon link. Join the Patreon family. Come help support the show. Every little bit goes a long way for us here and what we do. Also, like I just mentioned a little while ago, the Discord. Come join the Discord. Come join your rooster photos, if you will, on there. There's many different channels. We got music channels. We got on-road picture channels. We got just a regular text chat channel. Fucking love it. Love everybody in there. Come join that. Come be a part of that. Find out, like I said, in the episode description of this episode. Back out of here. Here we go. This is it. Getting back on track. Hopefully, no more sicknesses slowing us down.
We got a couple guests we got lined up for future episodes. So yeah, it's good to be back in the swing of things. And
yes, we miss you guys
for sure.
Awesome. I am Dave, my co-host Luke. Guys, listen, be safe out there, okay? And we will see you all next week.
Later, everybody.